your email, you have a PDF. In that PDF, you'll have everything. You'll have the questions. You'll have the risk awareness information. Look in the email. Okay? So you got to check that email. The PDF has all this information. You're going to have all your questions that you guys have to do. Okay? And then we'll go over all your questions. Okay? It's quite a bit, but you can handle it. If you want to learn how to drive, you want to get to the next step. Okay? So this is the segment 2 pretest. So it's in an email that you received. So look in your email. It might even be in your trash. Everyone's email set up a little bit different. So I want to front load the class and go over risk awareness. And then I'll read some of the questions. So I'm going to hit risk awareness. Risk is the chance of death, injury, damage, or loss of life. And it is present every time a person operates a motor vehicle. When you wake up in the morning, drive through your neighborhood, risk is present. A little kid might be walking out. Someone might be out starting their car. When you make a right or left turn onto the road, maybe someone doesn't have on their headlights. They could hit you. You might decide to run a red light or yellow light. You could hit someone. You don't see them. All of you know this. You're intelligent. You made it to segment 2. You have some time under your belt. Approximately 1 in 9 or 11% of 16-year-olds will have a serious crash before their 17th birthday. So all of you type in your age. Type in your age. Okay? 1 in 9 of you, or 11%, will have a serious crash before their 17th birthday. I'm not negatively manifesting this on you. I'm just simply saying. 1 in 7 of you will be involved in a crash the first 3 years of driving. None of you have been driving 3 years. Okay? As you drive more and more and more, you'll learn proper speed control, depth perception, black ice, rain, being tired, heavy traffic, road rage situations. I'm talking to a segment 2 student. You're not a segment 1. You've driven. You know what to do. But will you consistently be safe? For 16 to 17-year-olds, the risk of crash involvement is at a lifetime high. So right now, there are teens across the United States, across the Midwest, across our state that are getting involved in crashes. It's true. So more states are requiring more parental involvement. Okay? I'm going to go to some of the questions. Can you take your road test before your birthday? It depends on how old you are. In order for you to take your road test, you have to be 16 and have 50 hours and pass segment 2. The paperwork's got to be turned in to corporate. It takes about 10 days. So my question to you, are you 16? Do you have 50 hours? And you haven't passed your test yet. And the paperwork's not turned in. So once those things are done and you're 16, the answer is yes. But if you're not 16 and you don't have 50 hours and you understand what I'm saying. It's in the email. I'm looking for questions. How should you recover if the car starts spinning out on black ice? Lift your foot. Look where you want to go. Don't look at the guardrail. You'll hit the guardrail. Don't look at the wall. You hit the wall. Lift your foot. Steer where you want to go. Don't slam brakes. All of you have driven and you understand black ice, cold weather conditions, breaking down. You know this. I'm looking for more in-depth questions. No hate. No cap, Maxwell. How long do you have to wait? I already answered that. You have to wait 10 days. You have to be 16. It takes 10 days from when you take your test. I get all the tests. I put your score on the sheet. I sign it. You sign it. I put it in an envelope. I take it to corporate. 10 days. Done. I answered the question succinctly. I like that. 24 years. Every year is different. Every group of kids are different. Corporate is different. The materials are different. You find different teaching methods. Quizzy, Kahoot. Okay, there are different activities. There are different videos online. Things always change. There are more self-driving cars. One of my good friends, he trains in the Tesla. There are driving companies across the United States that use the Mach-E electric vehicles. There are driving companies that use Teslas. This is nothing new, and it's going towards self-driving cars, but they cut the self-driving features off. How long have you been doing this over Zoom? I like that, Olivia. Since 2019. Why? I made a decision not to go back to the classroom, not because I don't love my students, but time is really important. I'd rather be here at home in my studio in my fuzzy slippers than be at a school an hour away from home. It's just more efficient. And we're going toward online classes. You guys know this. When COVID happened, you were in 4th grade. Type in what grade you were in when COVID happened. Type in what grade you were in when COVID happened. So as you're typing this in, I made the decision. You can go to college online. You can work online. You can be at home. You got to look at data, look at numbers, look at whatever the company wants. Zoom is a great platform. It's matured over the years, Google Meets. So I made the decision. If the company wanted to hire me, I was going to do online. Will I ever go back to the classroom? Maybe, maybe not. It depends. But right now, time is the most important. My family's important. My son is important. My daughter's important. My wife is important. My mental health. Okay? So I asked you to type in, you were in 5th grade, 4th grade. Yes. So, and let's keep going. Is the 6 months of having your license before having your road test really necessary? The answer is yes, it's all necessary. Here's why. You get experience over time. And each state has certain rules. You have to be at level 1 for a certain time. You have to be at level 2 for a certain time. You have to be a certain age. You have to have a certain number of hours driving. So it is all necessary. Some of you may be 16 or 17, but you only have 40 hours. Some of you may be 17, but you have 48 or 49. Some of you may have 60 hours and you're 17 and you just need to go through the class. So everyone has a different situation. So yes, it is required. Ohio is changing the rules. Florida is changing the rules. They're requiring people up to 21 to go back, take a defensive driving class. I love the question. I just signed up today, got the Zoom link. You put your email in and someone may send it to you. So someone we'll have someone send you the PDF. You need to put your email into the chat and then someone will email you the PDF. Lean on your community. I'm answering questions right now. Can you take the road test before your birthday? Oh, we already answered that. We already talked about black ice. How long do you have to wait for segment 2? I already talked about that. The class is 3 days. The last day is in person. You take your test. I check it. You either pass that test or you fail. If you fail, then you're going to have to wait another session next month. But we won't talk about failure, positive manifestation. It depends on your birthday. Again, you have to be 16 and a half, 50 hours to take your road test. Okay, I need a few more questions because we got some stuff to do. I'm going down to the bottom. So the first question is about the road test. Got to have 50 hours. You got to be 16. I've been doing Zoom since 2019. I made a decision. A lot of instructors said, hey, I'm done. I don't want to do driver's ed. I'm going to retire. I'm going to do something else. Everyone has a different biological clock. Some people can retire early at 30. Some can retire at 40. Some people don't retire. Some people can retire at 20 because they've invested and they're stacking up on money. Everyone's different. Don't get caught up in the months. Okay, he put his email in. 1 or 2 of you need to email him your PDF. We help our community. Okay, let's keep going. You need to write down this information. Lack of attention, eyes. You need to look in the right direction. You need to be looking left. You need to be looking straight. You need to be looking to right. You have to move. Lack of attention, that's very important. And failure to adjust speed adequately for traffic, curves, slick surfaces. So some of you asking me about black ice, if you're going too fast, there are 20 questions on the test. Word that makes you laugh. Space cushion makes me laugh. So again, the two things I need you to write down: lack of attention to driving. Focusing on the right direction. If you're making a right turn, you should look to the right. If you're making a left turn, you should look to the left. And then failure to adjust speed, curves and slick surfaces, raining and ice. As the number of teen passengers increase, fatal car crashes increase. You might want to write this down. As the number of teens increase, the more friends you have in the car, the greater you have a chance of crashing. Remember, I have the 2026 test. I don't know what's on there, and I'm not going to look. You want to be particularly aware, because some of you will try to get done in 10 minutes and fail. Some of you will skip around and fail. Don't fail. Go through each question, read it carefully. It's got to make sense. Don't second guess yourself. I've seen kids cry in segment 2 because they rush, because you got your friends in the car. You got mom waiting. Don't be that kid to fail and cry. I'm just giving you advice for 2026. You can choose to listen to me or not. So the more teens you have in a car, the greater your crash risk. Approximately 127 16 and 17-year-olds are involved in fatal crashes as a driver or pedestrian each year. So we have to change that. As a traffic professional, because I'm in driver's education, I can teach teens and adults. We want to change that number. We want that number to go down. Okay, let's talk about, put in questions for this. I talked about why should young drivers be concerned. I talked about risk. I'm going to go through about 10 pages. Put in a question about what I just went over. I talked about risk. It's the chance of death, injury, damage, loss of life. And it is present when I teach adults. Example, I had a young lady. She missed the brake pedal. She was getting ready to make a left turn. If I didn't hit the brake, we would have got hit. My student driver behind me said, "Thank you for saving our lives." No kidding. Again, she missed the brake. Doesn't matter if it's he or she. She missed the brake. It was icy. This was this Sunday, 8:30 in the morning, 28 degrees outside. Again, type what you learn. Okay, let's go to the next. When do crashes occur for young drivers? 2 to 5 p.m. You need to write this down. Crashes occur, the most deadliest time for young driver fatal car crashes is the 3-hour period, 2 to 5 p.m. after school. Why? You're trying to get home. You're trying to get to work. You're trying to get to Chick-fil-A. You're trying to get to McDonald's. You're trying to get to babysitting. You're trying to go to practice. You got a text from your college recruiter. You're like, "Oh my God, I got to answer this." That 2 to 5 p.m. is the most dangerous time. So what do I do? What should you do? Relax. Wait for the parking lot to clear. Take a breath. But I'm young. I got to go somewhere. Where you want to go somewhere and go to the grave? I'll say it again. I got to go somewhere. You want to be young and go to the grave? Because if you show up late to work, you're going to get fired. You're going to get a warning. You're going to get a letter. You're going to lose points. And if you keep showing up late, you're going to get fired. Well, I can't get out of the parking lot. I'm going to put my car right by the road. I'm going to run across the parking lot. The bus is leave before you. I'm going to cut off a school bus. You're going to do what? I'm going to run the yellow light. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're getting ready to lose your job because you keep showing up late. You're at a big powerhouse high school, 3,000 kids, 1,000 kids. You're going to run across the parking lot, start up your car, the window's full of ice, You're breathing hard. Your windows are fogging up. It takes 5 minutes for your car to warm up. You're going to try to cut off a school bus? Some of you will do that. 2 to 5 is the most dangerous. I'm giving you a real life example. May, June, and July account for 1/3 of a young driver fatal crashes. We're not in May. It's January. May, June, and July. It's warm. You're going to drive fast. You're going to start up that car, burn rubber out of the parking lot. So you need to be mentally aware. Oh, it's May. I got to slow down. I got to get up early. It's June. Man, I'm almost out of school. I'm out. It's July. I'm summer. I'm lit. I'm trying to help you. 19% of young driver fatal car crashes occur between 9 p.m. and midnight. You're falling asleep. You're tired. Lieutenant Blake made it to his job. They asked him to work the late shift, 5 to 10. But you work the afternoon shift. You need the money. You're like, okay, you're not going to tell your boss no. But then you start getting tired about 9:45. You can't tell your boss you're tired. Someone else is going to take your job. You need this job. Your parents are making you pay for your phone, as they should. They're making you pay for your insurance, as they should. You're learning responsibility. And little do you know, your parents are going to get a car. They're going to co-sign for you, Blake, because you are responsible. But Blake, you're getting ready to fall asleep when you drive home. I just want you to think about that. Sometimes those extra hours are not worth it. I'm just being real with you. I could have taken 10 more kids over Christmas break, stacking it up, get that big check, but it's not worth it to me. I want to relax, enjoy my family, build my gamer computer, plan my 2026. So you got to really balance. You're young drivers. You're going to fall asleep at the wheel. If I'm getting tired, bro, I'm not driving. There's a difference. 15% of young driver fatal car crashes happen between midnight and 6 a.m. This is why they don't want you driving on the road. But you think the state is mean. The state is not mean. They control us. Type in what you learned from this. I'm going to the next. Type in what you learned from this. You're going to see it on the test. You don't study, you won't pass. Can you just give me the study guide? We're looking over the study guide right now. Remember, your parking lot is the most dangerous place. You have beginning drivers who are speeding in, who can't park. You have beginning drivers who are speeding out. They can't park or can't drive. You have beginning drivers who have a job. They got to be at work at 3:30. You get out at 2:45. You got to walk through the school. You got your clothes in your backpack. You got to make a choice. Do you want your car near the door? But then you have seniors. You have kids who are going to vocational school. You have parents who are always there early. You have school buses that are there. And you have teachers who are trying to get out. You got to make a decision. And tell me, do you guys park by the door? Do you park in the middle? Or do you park far away? Tell me where you park. Can we make this real? Tell me where you park. Type it in. Do you park near the door? If you get there early enough, you can park near the door, get in. I'm in, I'm at my locker, I'm doing my work, I'm hanging with my friends, I got my smoothie, there's coach, there's my favorite teacher, hey. But then after school, you're like, oh my God. So I just need to know how you park. I need to know where you drive, right? Now, me, it depends on how crazy my friends are. When I get to school, I can't show up late. My mom and dad gonna tear me up. Boy, your teacher called. We got a call from Power School. You showing up late. I'm parking in the middle or to the back. I don't care if I walk. I want to stretch my legs. I had a job in high school. I worked at the YMCA. My high school was about 15 minutes away. 15 minutes away. We had over 2,000 students. I parked in the back by the football field because I was an athlete. I'm not going to park on the side. I remember gravel parking lot, asphalt tore up. So I'm just being passionate with you and making you think. I have to leave school, drive carefully. Principal's watching me. My football coach is watching me. Right? I got to come up to the end of the main road. I got to make a right turn. Cars are coming down. I got to make another right turn. I got to deal with 8 Mile, 9 Mile. I can't speed. I'm not trying to get a ticket. I can make a left turn, go down another main road, but then I have all these lights. If I cut through neighborhoods, yield signs and stop signs, not doing that. Okay? And there are less stop signs today in your neighborhoods. It's not aesthetically pleasing. So I'm far from the door. Thank you, Carl. In between both. Okay, why do crashes occur for young drivers? They occur on country roads. They occur on interstates. And we know young drivers drive fast. You love pushing that gas. Yes, those hoods are tough. So tough. So tough. Because people will walk out in front of you and there's nothing you can do. What are you going to do? Try to ram your car through? Yes. They're trying to ram your car through. And what I need you to do is really think, okay? I would probably park in the middle. But you know there are going to be people backing out. That senior, hey, I'm a senior. I'm parking where I want. Hey, I'm a football player. I'll crush you. Hey, that's my favorite teacher. I'll give up my parking spot for my favorite teacher. Here you go. Open the door for them. Instead of running out of the classroom, running out of the door. I'm just trying to have you think, and we're talking real. Okay? 10% of young driver fatal car crashes happen on roadways where there's a traffic control device in effect. You run a light. Don't start getting comfortable running lights. More schools have security cameras. Okay, and they have the flock cameras today. And they're getting information. There are flock cameras all over the country. Type in what you learned. Where do crashes occur for young drivers? Type it in. People do know when you're scared. If you see a sophomore driving and you're a senior, you're like, they're scared. They can't drive. They should be driving middle right. They're on the wrong side. They almost hit my car. They can't park. Right? They always try you. If I'm a senior and I got a freshman, I'm like, get out of my way, freshman. I'm a senior. I paid my dues. I did my community service. My name is on the wall. I'm getting a scholarship. The principal loves me. All my teachers love me. Who are you? Some people think like that. It's true. Other people are very humble. I'm a senior. I have a responsibility. I'm going to mentor my freshmen. I'm not going to let the upperclassmen push a freshman around. I'm not going to let them get bullied. I'm not going to let my friends intimidate. Crashes occur in areas where there's no traffic control. Okay, let's keep moving. Confidence is key. You got to walk tall. And I remember coming in as a freshman, I was scared. I was scared. I was tall, skinny. I was scared. Scared of high school. Scared. Oh my God, these kids are big. What's on that speaker? Oh my God, look at all these seniors. Just walking down the hallway. Overwhelming. Okay, young drivers plus passengers equal increased risk. The more people you have in the car, the more likely you are to crash. The risk of fatal crashes involving 16-year-olds increases 40%. So if you have one passenger, 40% chance of you crashing. If you have two, 68. I'm sorry, two is 86%. Bro, that's almost 100. And if you have three or more, 182%. So you're going to crash. If you have three people in the car, your friends are like, go, go. And then you hit the gas and a football player runs across, or really short sophomore or junior, you just hit someone. You sideswipe someone. I'm just trying to get you to think, because I'm putting my mind into the mind of a high school student. Like, I feel you. Like, I'm going back. We had a great band. We had a great football team, great coaches. I loved all my teachers. I would do whatever they needed. Don't disrespect my school. Many of you love your school like that. If you love your school like that, put yes into the chat. If you love your school like that, put yes. I'm putting yes in. Oh, no. I put yes in. I love my school like that, because high school is where you learn about yourself. You love the tradition. You love the rivalry. Some games you'll lose. Hopefully most games you'll win. You may have one or two guys or girls who are going to be all state, who are nice people. You may go on to the district. You may go on to the regional. You may go to the states. You may win it all. I had a chance to be a coach. We won our county. We went to the regional. I had some girls who were all state. I had some boys who were all state. I had girls get scholarships, boys get scholarships. You remember that for the rest of your life. That's a beautiful thing, because they worked hard. Their parents are nice. You helped them. Coach, can you get me to University of Wisconsin? Okay, I'm gonna call the athletic director. We're gonna get a school vehicle. I'll get the school gas card. We'll take 5 of you up there. We'll go on a visit. That's what coaches do in high school. And if you have a good coach, that's what they'll do. I'm just trying to get you to appreciate high school, right? I see a few yeses. I don't see all yeses. So all of you are not passionate like that. That's okay. That's okay. But remember, the more people you have in the car, the more likely you are to crash. So reduce the number of people. In approximately 1/3 of all fatal crashes involving young drivers, the novel driver is killed. The novel driver is killed. Fatal crashes involving young novel drivers, approximately 2/3 of those killed are passengers. So maybe your friends don't have on seatbelts. Maybe they're jumping over the seat. Maybe they're slapping you in the head, and you're the only one with the seatbelt on, and you got to drop off your friend because they gave you money. They cash apped you. Okay? You don't carry paper money anymore. You do cash app. My daughter said, Dad, can you cash app me the money? I'm like, my wife said, we don't have any extra money. She's going to have to wait till next time when your check comes in. I'm like, okay. What types of vehicles? Type in the type of vehicle you're driving. Come on. Type in that type of vehicle. What type of vehicle are you driving? Give me the year, make, and model. The year, make, and model. Okay. Ooh, Chrysler 300. Ram. 2020. Bronco Sport. Oh, stacking. 2015 Ford. 2017 Dodge Charger. 2015 Equinox. 2025 Toyota Highlander. Ooh. 2024 Jeep. 2016 Jeep Renegade. Got that Renegade. I'm hyped tonight. And I should be, because I'm happy for you. You're my first segment too. I get a chance to close my eyes and step back. 2010 Honda CRV. We are not mad, Carl. You rolling that Honda CRV. Hey, do me a favor. Put in how many miles that are on that car. Put in how many miles. Is it 20,000, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 77,000, 15,000, 90,000, we not mad? 80,000, 100,000, roughly 150,000, 170,000, 50K. 110K, we not mad. Like I'm reading this in real time. Okay? So you got to take care of your car. You got to do those oil changes. You got to do your maintenance. A car lasts. Be thankful. You only get one car in high school, 100K. My parents did not help me with my car. They're like, boy, you're not getting anything. I'm like, I already knew. I took driver's ed through the school, did my training. The only time I drove my dad's car was for the road test, and I was so nervous, scared, heart beating, nervous, so scared. I don't know how I made it. You will feel like that too. You will feel like that. All right, we got 6 more slides. Okay, you will feel like that too. Having an old car is nothing. You have a car. It doesn't matter if it's 2000, 2010, 2020. No one feels bad. You feel good. You got a car. You're humble. Be appreciative. We're not trying to cap. We're humble and appreciative. Okay? So we talked about the types of cars you're driving. 35% young driver fatal car crashes are single vehicle. You run into a tree, a light pole, you go into the ditch. 65% of young driver fatal car crashes involve 2 or more vehicles. 22% young driver fatal car crashes are head-on. Head-on crashes are the most dangerous. Please remember this. 4% of young driver fatal car crashes are rear-end crashes. Rear end. Okay? Type in what you learned from that, please. What types of crashes are young drivers involved in? Single, 2 or more vehicle, head-on, and rear end. Rear end is the most common. Please type in what you learned. Whoa. I got too much here. I got my coffee, got my food on the floor, grapes. I'm doing too much. Head-on is the most dangerous. You want to avoid a head-on at all costs. You want to aim for something soft. I have 12 minutes, and then you get ready to work on all of your questions. Okay? And I'm passionate. I want you to know I understand how you feel as a high school student. I close my eyes and I'm there. There, proud of my school. Coming in hyped every day. I walked or rode the bike, right? I walked, or my friend came to pick me up. My friend came to pick me up, and I gave money every other day. Here's money. Yep, because you gotta, if your friend's gonna pick you up, they're not doing it for free. Here you go. Go to the gas station. Go ahead, fill it up. Please pick me up after school. Are you gonna pick me up? I got you. You sure? Yeah. Don't get mad at me. You didn't look at me in the hallway. It's true. Are you mad at me? Stop, bro. Are you mad? Stop. I got you. I'm not gonna let them fight you. It's true. That's my friend. Leave my friend alone. It's true. Okay, let's talk about the most common road and weather conditions when fatal car crashes occur. 83% of fatal car crashes happen in fair weather conditions. So it's a beautiful day, sunshine, and you crash. 71% of young driver fatal car crashes happen on a dry road. You driving along, Corvette, you crash. 10% of young driver fatal car crashes happen in the rain. You're driving good, you hit the brake, you start sliding, you go into the ditch. Let me do my sound effect. 6% of young driver fatal car crashes happen in the snow. You should see a trend. 1% of fatal car crashes for young drivers happen in the fog. 7% of young driver fatal car crashes occur on wet roads. 4%, I didn't do my sound effects. 4% of young driver fatal car crashes happen on icy roads. Real talk. So at the end of the day, Your fatal car crash will happen on fair weather conditions. Please write this down. You're more likely to crash on fair weather conditions or dry roads. You would think, oh, it had to be raining. Gerald, crash. It had to be snowing. Shaniqua, crash. It had to happen. Tatiana crashed. Shaquavia crashed. It must have been at night. No, they were going too fast. A car cut them off. These names are real. I had students, Shaquavia. You better say her name right. Shaquavia. Real talk. Shaquavia. So type in what you learned from this, please. And by me taking a moment to get in your heart and to understand you, I'm just taking you back. Fair weather conditions, you better remember this. Type in what you learned. I'm going to the next. Type in what you learned. Come on, come on. I'm on that coffee right now. Feeling good. Lit. Come on. Thank you. Fair weather conditions. I want you to have fun. I want you to learn. 64% of young drivers involved in crashes are male. 36% were female. So what does this mean? Men tend to drive more fast and much more aggressive. They're going to speed more through the parking lot, through the neighborhood, trying to get out to go to Chick-fil-A, trying to get out to go to Tim Hortons, trying to get out to, don't tell me you got to go pick up your little sister, then you got to go to work. You done. That's pressure. Mom, do I really have to? We got you a car. We got you insurance. Stop talking. I can't be at work till 4:30. I thought you said you could be there 3:30. I can't be there till 4:30. Well, we don't know if we can hire you. I'm sorry. I have responsibility. For some of you, you won't be able to say that. It's true. The rest of you, like, my family comes first. If you want me to work, I can be there at 4:30. I'll work 4:30 to 8:30, 4:30, 9:30. And hey, I can only work a certain number of hours. I have to get a work permit. Type in work permit. Do they still do work permits? Type in yes if they still do work permits. Yes. Come on. Yes, they do work permits. I asked you a dummy question to see if you don't know. You have to have a work permit. They can't hire you and work you like full time. You're a minor. They're not in compliance. They'll let the state come over. Come on. Some employers don't care. Oh, you can stay till 11. I already have 65 hours. I'm not coming in the weekend. You're not coming in the weekend? Yeah, I'm not. I've already talked to my mom. I told her. Oh, okay. We'll take you off the schedule. Some employers will take advantage of you. So the moral of the story, males drive faster. The crash rate is higher. 13% of all young drivers involved in fatal car crashes are not wearing seatbelts. Wear your seatbelt. Build a habit. When you first get in the car, click. Lock your door. Real talk. Let's keep going. 8% of young drivers involved in fatal car crashes have been consuming. Don't do that. We're going to hit distractions and then we're going to move forward. I'll hit you with a quizzy. How big of a factor are distractions? We're talking about slow perception, delayed decision-making, and improper action. Distracted driving occurs anytime a driver takes their eyes off the road. Look at your phone. Tell your friends, shut up. Your boss texts you, oh, that's my boss. Your coach texts you, bro, you got to come back. A scout is here. I got to text my boss and say, my car broke down. Coach, I'll be back there in 5 minutes. You're trying to get a scholarship, but you're trying to work. I've done that before. It's so stressful. You got to choose. Slow perception may cause drivers to delay in perceiving or completely failing to perceive an important traffic event. Yellow light, you go through, get hit. Red light, you go through, get a ticket, get hit. You make a left turn, the light's yellow, you try to make it because you're like, coach, I'm coming down the street. You run through that red light, a person is walking, you slam brakes, you get hit. It happens that quick. I was driving through the Walmart parking lot. I looked left, right, left. I saw something to my right. It was a pedestrian. He almost walked out in front of me. I'm like, oh my God. It's true. It happens like that. Delayed decision-making can cause a driver's decision-making process to be delayed or cause a driver to choose an action inappropriately for the situation. It scared me because I saw the figure of a pedestrian in my peripheral. Then when I turned, I'm like, oh my God. So you got to look. Improper action, going through a light, slamming brakes, rear-ending someone. Inattention occurs when the driver's attention drifts away from driving. Man, how many hours do I have? Oh, I got an AP test coming up tomorrow. I'm an educator. I got grades due tomorrow. That's a lot of pressure. Physical distractions. You stay up all night. You're tired. Mental distractions. Take away from the driver's mind. Engaging in conversation with the passengers. Your friends are talking to you like, stop. I'm trying to drive. Physical and mental distractions. Your friends are hitting you in the head, throwing a paper ball. Even greater chance of crashing, such as talking on the phone. We're going to end with cell phone. Then you're going to type in what you learned. Talking on the cell phone, potential dangers using a cell phone. You got to pass this test, people. 1, diverting attention away from the driving task. 2, looking away from the road, using one hand to drive. 3, effect on maintaining proper lane positioning. People hugging to the right, drifting to the left. 4, improper impact on ability to perceive potential problems. You're in a neighborhood. You're in a school zone. You're making a left turn. Parents are trying to get to their son. They're going to run through that light. They're going to run the light. You're in a hurry. Someone's going to get hit, and it's going to be you, and they're going to blame you. You're young. Oh, yeah, they hit me. No, sir, you went through the light. I have a dash cam. What? I have a dash cam. My mom and dad told me to get it. My instructor told me to get it. You ran the light. You showed the police. Yes, you ran the light, ma'am. But your insurance is still going to go up. Ability to make quick decisions. Sometimes it ends up bad. What do you mean by quick decision? I'm going to change lanes. You sideswipe a car. I'm going to shoot that gap and make a left. You get hit. Your car hits the telephone pole. Got to do my sound effect. Reduce situational awareness. You got to lock in. Look, I'm taking you through me getting off the expressway, short ramp, I-94 corridor. If I slam brakes, I'm going to get rear-ended. To the right of me, there's the stop sign. People don't stop. I'm taking you through my routine. I have to go through a crossover over the bridge. It could be icy. There is a veteran there begging for food. I come to the edge. There are people making a right turn. There's a lot of traffic. People run lights. There's a flock safety camera. It's dark. If I shoot a gap, I could get hit. People going straight or people making a turn. I'm not trying to get hit. I go into the parking lot. There's a huge pothole. The car goes doom, doom. I'm like, oh my God. The parking lot is slick and icy. I almost slip and fall when I get out. I don't want those problems. I took you through my situational awareness. If I'm on the phone, I'm going to get hit. If I'm not paying attention, I'm going to get hit. If I'm going too fast or too slow, I'm going to get hit. Tell me what you learned before you start working on your packet. I'm going to give you a quick quizzy. Tell me what you learned. Everyone type it in. I'm going to give you a quizzy. I took you through my maturation process. I took you through how you feel through high school. Some of you should feel some type of way. Some of you don't feel some type of way. You're only in high school one time. You're only in high school one time. Either your teachers are going to love you or they're going to love you. Okay? All of you should have some of these things burned into your mind. And it was nice for me to kind of step back Type in what you learned. This is solid. We're not just reading information. We're taking you through the emotional feeling, driving in the morning, cleaning off your windows, warming up your car. You got to take your sister. I'm not taking her. You know how to drive. We pay for your insurance. You're like, okay, mom. Okay, dad. You can't even argue. And your sister or brother gets up late. You're like, you're making me late. They're like, so what? Don't scream at her or him. Mom, dad, I have perfect attendance. I'm trying to win the war. Well, and you just leave mad. And your parents text you, you better come back. It's true. We get into quizzy. I'm making you think. We real today. We real today. You should be putting in vital information. Like you giving a freshman your life. Like, freshman, pay attention. These are the things I learned in high school. You need to do these things so you don't get in trouble. This is the teacher you want to get for English. This is the teacher you want to get for driver's ed. This is the teacher who will fight for you. You got to tell your story because you owe that to your school. You're like, wow, dude, you're on fire tonight. Yeah, because are we going to go through life or are we going to go through life? Okay? Your teachers are there for you, man. That's real. I got a good one. A 32-question test-based segment 2. Ooh. Yeah, boy. Because I already put it in. I already created it. You get a segment 2 test prep. What more could you ask for? I took you through high school. Some of you are freshmen. Some of you are sophomores. Some of you are, you're like, you're right. That senior speed's out. I'm late to work. I'm telling you. I'm keeping it real. You're like, you keep it real, bro. You hit me with that quizzy test prep. You're going to thank me later. You're going to thank me. That teacher giving you that extra work. You're like, give me extra work. Okay. JoinMyQuiz.com. 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 The game code 929556. Again, 929556. I really appreciate you. Real talk. Always real talk. Thank you, my brother from another mother. Always, man. We keeping it real. Give love. Be passionate. That's my boy. Okay? We're going to get you on, man. I'm going to set it up at the house. We're going to get you in because we owe this to our community. Everything is great. And we owe this to our community. Okay? That's the chief. We owe this to our community. We have to keep it real. We're not going to play. Everything is great. We're just keeping it real, man. We owe it to our community. Going through the high school stuff is real. Because the high school parking lot is the most dangerous. It's like a vacuum of risk. A young lady was walking across the parking lot. She tripped and fell on her band instrument, literally. I'm like, what? She tripped and fell. Cars cutting through parking lots. You know it's dangerous. Because I used to let my son drive to high school. How you driving? Nervous. Holding both hands on the wheel. It's real. We owe it to our community. Okay? Where do you park? You park up front, you park in the back, you park around. It's all good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start. This is a segment 2. We're going to get started. Okay? Again, the game pen, 292-556.
I'm still getting signed in.
Girl, hurry up. Come on.
Okay.
Get that slow phone going. I'm on the S21 Ultra. Boy, paid for. The S26 is just a better processor, little better camera. Trust me, I want to upgrade, but it's like $1,200, $1,600. I'm like, no. I still got insurance. My phone is still worth $250 to $300. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and start it anyway.
Just have them make an account. I don't know.
Son, you don't have to make an account. You had to make an account?
I had to.
Girl, boy. Get in. I'll give you another minute. But we owe it to our community. And if you are not selfish and take them through that story, they will appreciate it. I'll give you another moment. Time is good. Technically, you should be doing your study guide stuff. I'll give you a quick moment. We owe it to our younger generation to take them through our journey through high school. It's dangerous today. It's more dangerous. Cars are faster. People have a shorter attention span. They're on medication, ADHD medication. They have anger issues, self-esteem issues. It's real. People aren't just driving anymore. They're just like.
Does it show I'm in?
Hold on.
Patrick Reed, does it show?
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me stop the screen share. Hold on. Okay, this is the screen share. Okay, everyone should see their name. Do you see your name? Yes. Okay, you're in. Okay, I want to start. Boom. So, test prep is really good. I think over the last 16 months, 24 months, a lot of drivers aren't using blinkers. They're aggressively tailgating. Gee, if you're still here, you got that new whip. I saw that new driver's ed car, but it's small. I'm in that old school Impala, bigger vehicle, safer. Right? It's safer. So I feel safer. Eventually, I'll get the new whip, better mileage, but I want room. I trust the Impala on ice. Young lady was making a left turn. She missed a brake. She used her right foot. She missed a brake. If I didn't hit the brake, we would have got hit. One of my students said, "Thank you for saving us." I'm like, whoa. Mr. G, 2032, that's my time. That's when I'm done. I'm trying to do something else. I'm trying to make as much as I can. The company's not going to pay me what I want. I invest in myself. I'm appreciative. I'm thankful. Okay? I love what I do, but also I got to get paid. I work for other companies. It's all good. Hey, I'm keeping it real. Okay? Every year and a half, I'm asking for a raise. We're not saying names, G. We keeping it real. Pretty good. I feel safe. My experience, my experience, they always put us in old cars. The headlights are trash. The tires are okay. Every company's different. If I tell them I need new tires, I get new tires. If I tell them the brakes are bad, new brakes. But we're just speaking, we're not naming companies. You've had breakdowns. I've had breakdowns. I had a ground issue. The car would cut off and on, off and on, off and on, off and on. Had a parent complaint. I'm like, there's nothing I can do. I don't feel safe. Call the company. Car caught on fire. Gee, you'll laugh. We had a car fire. Bills keep going up, though. The pay don't. They want us to get more hours. And gee, it felt good to give you those students, man, because when you give, you receive, man. Like, I'm realizing my purpose. Okay, it's nice. Like, gee, you do in person. That's good energy. That's good vibes. I see those empty pizza cartons there. I know you're showing love. I used to do that too. I used to get 5 pizzas, Takis, chips. Hey, can I get half of your sub? Boom. Thank you. They're so appreciative because you know the kids are starving. They're starving. It's different today. Since COVID 2019, I'm doing online. And it fits where I am. I miss out 500, 750, 1,000, 12. It's all relative. The more you make, the more taxes you pay. Okay? I'm trying to prepare myself because I used to drive at other locations. I hate having to drive 5 hours at one location, get in a car, drive 30 minutes, drive 5 other kids, killing myself. But you do what you do for your family. Got to get them bills paid. So usually this time of year, there are 5 kids. I'm crying. Help me, help me. Okay. You're going to, and one time I went like a long way away. It was a mess. I'm not saying anything. But when you leave to go into a mess, you become a mess too. You got to pay your bills. And I've always had the 2, education and driver's ed. I've always had 2. I used to get teased when I first, you got a teaching job. You're doing this, you're doing that. I'm like, what's your problem? Like, I'm always going to have 2 jobs. And I'm not Jamaican. Cracking a joke. No cap, no hate. You always will have 2 jobs. But it does take a toll on you. How long can you work? How long can you do those hours? I used to get home 12 o'clock midnight when I was younger. No more. None of that. Oh, I'll teach segment 1, segment 2. My boss called me, hey, can you come in and teach a class? I thought you hired a new person. They quit. What? I'm like, okay. I had a driving company bought us phones, but that was the setup because they could call you anytime. Gee, you didn't know that. They could call you on the phone, beep you, boop, 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 boop. Where you at? Where you at? I'm like, let me throw this phone away. And then the gas card. Now they can track you. Finish up, guys. I see you doing good. We're going to go over answers in a moment. So, they're investing in the company. It takes money to make money. Ohio and Florida, they're increasing the number of hours that segment 2 students need. I'm not saying it's going to come to our location. I would love to teach it in a public school, $28.50, $27.50. Look, $26.50 is $60,000. $26.50 is $60,000. Come on. Three jobs, bruh. I can't. Yeah, I did. I worked. Yep, 3. Yep, I did 3, but I was chasing money. It wasn't worth it because I was late. I was speeding to get there. You get tired. And when you get tired, you make mistakes. You snap on someone. It's rough getting home. And then your family never understands. Like, they understand in the beginning. You got to have an understanding mate. They understand in the beginning. But it's tiring. I get up at 5:45. If I'm driving Saturday morning at 8 o'clock, I get up at 5:45. I try to get up at 6, take a shower. But gee, here's what saved me. I got a coffee maker. Smell that coffee in the morning, get that breakfast sandwich. I've already saved $80. $80 because I used to go through McDonald's, give me a number 2, large, coffee and a water. Take your time. We're almost done. We'll go over everything. I've saved about $50 already. and I don't have to rush in the morning. Because when you're in that car all the time, it's terrible for your health. Sleep apnea, high blood pressure, diabetes. That car is a prison. You and I both know this. It's a prison. I'm trying to get out of that prison. I'm trying to do something else. It's a greater calling. I love the driver's education industry. Oh, brother, I see you hustling too. I see you putting in work. And the numbers are going up. Your numbers are going up. You know, if my numbers are going up, I got extra. Boom. Here you go, bro. What goes around comes around. And that's a good feeling. Because when you give, you receive. God is good. I used to drive 26 kids. We would have 36 in the class. I would drive 26. I would give my backup driver 10. He did real estate and driver's ed. I taught in person, driving an hour from school on ice, trying to get there in a little Kia. Bruh. That Kia had 198,000 miles until a young lady put it into a creek, and we tried to get it towed out, and they broke the brake cable. The Kia has been very reliable, and we're driving cars that have 150, 175,000, 210, 220. I'm trying to get to 300,000 in Impala. I'm trying to set a record, but the windshield is cracked. I'm just being real. The power steering, something is going on with that. I put fluid in, but sometimes it just kind of locks up. And my students are like, I can't turn the wheel. I'm like, keep turning. It's always made funny noises. But I like that car because once it gets warm, that boy stays warm. I know the sounds and rattles it makes. And I got to try to get it. I'm too tired to take the car over there. I'm tired. MLK coming up. I'm trying to rest. I'm trying to recharge. I'm not killing myself. Okay, we're going over numbers. Can everyone, if you can see the screen, give me a thumbs up. Okay, let's see. Here we go. Let's go through this quickly, and then you about to work. Okay, so this is the segment 2 test prep. Let's look at the questions quickly. Okay, which 2 days of the week are the most dangerous for young driver fatal car crashes? It's Friday and Saturday. 14 of you got it right. Great. The percentage of young male drivers involved in fatal car crashes is at an all-time high. We have to change that. Number 3, which of the following is a self-imposed anxiety related to aggressive driving? I'm going to be late if I don't hurry up. You're speeding. I don't hurry up to get to my job at Chick-fil-A. I don't hurry up to pick up my sister at the elementary. I don't hurry up to drop her off at the babysitter. Then I got to get back to practice. That's pressure. But your parents, we got you a car. We got your insurance. Stop talking to me. Pick up your sister. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I love you. That's pressure. It's real. Research indicates that young drivers' brains are not fully developed to age 25. Please remember that. Your brain does not develop to 25. Really? Yeah, this is why you like stand on desks in school and you go the wrong way in the parking lot. Yeah. For every 500 miles driven, the average driver has at least one near collision. Yes, average. Some of you are above the average, some of you are below. 9 right. Please remember this. The largest single category of errors for young drivers that leads to a crash is improper visual search. Sounds just like what we went over. Sounds like a practice test. Please remember this. I already went over this. Some of you put distracted driving. It is improper visual search. If you must leave the roadway at a high rate of speed, you should search for an open zone. 13 of you got it right. Clock that T. Next, which of the following is not a principle of controlling the consequences of a crash? For some reason, that is blank. Apologize. It's not perfect. On average, how many drinks of alcohol affect a person's ability to drive? 1. Don't drink and drive. You shouldn't be drinking anyway. You're underage. Straddling the center lane, driving too slow, drifting are signs of an inattentive driver. Inattentive. 5 of you got it right. You should be making your own mental notes. The danger of being under the influence, it lessens your ability to control your car in the lane. The best time to address distractions is before they begin. Tell your friends, stop, bro, I'm driving. I don't want to see the dog video. They are funny. I'm trying to drive. Talking on a cell phone makes you as impaired as with a BAC of 0.08. Please remember this. BAC. For 16-year-old drivers, the risk of fatal car crashes increases more than 150% if you have 3 or more passengers. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. So, again, the more people you have in the car, the more likely you are to crash. The first thing you should do if a vehicle in front of you signals or flashes its brake lights is slow down. You got to check that mirror. When confronted by an aggressive driver, the first thing you should do is to avoid them. Don't make eye contact. The only efficient way to reduce BAC is time. When driving fast around a curve, your car will tend to move to the outside of the curve. If you must slow down gradually when driving on ice, you should use light steady pressure. Some of you asked that. When an emergency vehicle with the sirens and flashing lights approaches you, you need to move to the side of the road and stop. Thank you. All of you got that right. The most common effect is impaired perception of speed and distance. During heavy rains, friction between tires and the road is reduced mostly when the tires ride on water. It's called hydroplaning. If your vehicle starts to skid, you should turn the wheels in the direction you want to go. A lot of you missed that. The first 3 stages of aggressive driving are speeding, tailgating, and road rage. Actually, for this one, it's speeding, tailgating, road rage, but it's really rushing, total aggression, and violence. So please put a check by that. Rushing, it's like, I'm in a hurry. I'm just going to cut this car off. Total aggression, they are like, buy your car. Violence, they're going to come out and knock your head off. The highest risk of danger would be driving at the speed limit on an icy road. 11 of you got that right. Which of the following is the riskiest action to take when driving? Sending a text message, because it takes your mind and eyes off the road. A teen's crash risk is higher when they own their own vehicle because they drive more miles and take more risk. If you don't read the package, you won't know this. How often is alcohol a factor? 1 in 3. 7 of you got it right. Please remember this. If a male or female weigh the same weight consuming alcohol, the female's BAC will be higher. Implied consent law. Please remember this. If you refuse to do the BAC test, they can take your license. The section of the lane typically used for the safest in motorcycles is the left lane. It's actually the middle lane. This one is incorrect. The middle lane is the safest. Please make a note of this. Middle. Last one. Completing a driver's education course and obtaining your license means you are ready to drive. False. You're not ready to drive. Type in what you learned in the chat. Type in what you learned in the chat, please and thank you. Type what you learned into the chat. Let's go. The rest of the time, you're going to be working on your packet. I like this because the questions are very direct. We focused. We had a great discussion. I got you thinking about that school parking lot. Like, where you gonna park? I'm gonna keep parking in the middle. I'm gonna park on the end. I'm gonna park up front. I got you thinking. Can you think? And I'm making all of you think too. I need you to subscribe. I need you to follow. I need you to lock in. You guys did great today. Thank you.